Welcome to the Friday Night Paper Fight here on the Loading Ready Run Mega Entertainment Network. We are here to Dan, and we are here to have a good time. Wheeler is here. James is here. Sorry, go ahead.
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Sorry, I'm having some echo on the one sec.
Paul.
We've got Alex sitting just off camera right now. We've got Paul on the board, and we are playing Dan. But before we get to that, I have some administrative business to attend to. First of all, thank you so much to our sponsor, CardKingdom.com. They are a veritable kingdom of cards. They're nice people, and if you go and use our affiliate code, you can say, Loading Ready Run sent me button, please, and they'll send you a button that probably says a kingdom of cards, because we're got to send them new buttons. So
we're working on it.
This is to hold us all accountable, I suppose.
Yeah.
We love Card Kingdom. Thank you so much for your support there. It means a lot to us. Thank you.
Almost this entire deck came from Card Kingdom.
Yeah, if you want to order your own Dan, do it there.
Yeah.
Or don't. Like, I'm not your boss. But anyhow, speaking of people who are kind of somewhat our shareholders, it's Patreon.com. We really appreciate your support over at Patreon.com. Patreon, supports all of this, and it would not be possible to do what we do. And my job this week was putting together a very long video, which I'll talk about in a second. So I really appreciate all of your support. All right, business over. Let's talk about Dan. We've talked about where you can get it, but what it is. This is a bespoke 1v1 format using an 80-card shared deck with individual graveyards. And the idea is that you are going to attack your opponent down to nothing. But there's a problem here. The only card in the deck, or the only creature in the deck, is Dan. Dan is an old Magic card. Wheeler, could you tell me a little bit about Dan? It's from 93?
Yeah. Excuse me. Originally printed in Arabian Nights, which is December 1993. It is a 4/1 summon Dan, which they've selfishly gotten rid of, and now it's just a fish.
Boo!
For blue and a blue, Dan can't attack unless the defending player controls an island. Okay. And when you control no islands, you sacrifice Dan.
Is that super relevant? That, not the land clause?
Well, in Dan it can be.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's very interesting. Now, I know this is 1993 Magic, but this super huge 4/1 with a drawback seems kind of... Well, I feel like we have different standards for Magic cards now. Was Dan a real bomb in the day, though?
No. Not really. You asked, and I went through all of the catacombs of my mind palace to pull a single scry or the duelist deck list, and I remember seeing one of a blue-red stompy list that is just, you have Dan and Lightning Bolt in the same deck, and that's all I can remember. And that is taking the place of a spot in my brain that should be reserved to the names of my nieces and nephews.
Okay, so even by 1993 standards, this isn't exactly a heater.
Yeah, not great.
But so what your goal is to hit your opponent with your Dan. And you have to share the deck. So that means it's kind of a battle of wits, right?
You're about 200 cards short for a battle of wits, Kathleen.
Oh, this seemed more natural.
It was when we said it before the game.
Yeah, it was very good before.
I was doing my best. Anyhow, speaking of people who are about 200 cards short of a deck, that long video I was talking about earlier is the PPR's punt counter punt. This is... So we started early, I swear to God, but this is the most ambitious punt counter punt we've ever done. It's incredible. It's 15 minutes long.
Sorry, I just realized that, when we started this, we were patting ourselves on the back for getting it started so early.
Well,
oh my God.
I then say, we had 3 consecutive illnesses go through that sort of delayed what we were able to do. But, it all worked out in the end because I finished it this week, and it's awesome, and it's very long, and it has special guests.
Ooh.
So everyone enjoy that. That'll be happening after we play the first hour of Dan.
Yeah, Dan. You want to play Dan?
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Who won the die roll?
Well, I rolled 2 6s.
Oh, okay. I rolled not 2 6s.
No, you rolled an 8, and I rolled a 10.
10.
Oh.
Okay.
I will Dan first.
All right. I did get us some nice custom sleeve. I think we're just Dan here.
Petite sleeve,
Yeah,
but
it's just one.
Coming
I'll put that one to the
to
side.
a Card Kingdom button near you.
Yeah. All right. Let's shuffle up some Dan here.
I love somebody being like, "Hey, I got you a custom sleeve, just one here."
Yeah.
So you marked my deck, is what you're telling
Yeah.
me. Yeah.
There you go. You can just live here for now. How does dealing out the hands go again with a shared thing? Do you go back and forth? Do you each draw 7? How does that work? Or is it just house rules?
You can just go back and forth. I don't think there's anything to. I mean, maybe there is. There is like a document about Dan, or the Forgetful Fish, that covers all the rules. There are different house rules. It's a format you play like between games
Yeah.
with beers or friends or just whenever.
This sounds like my kind of format, honestly.
Yeah, big fan. This might come as a surprise to some people. Big fan of community-based formats that are just about dicking around.
Yeah.
There's a mark on the sleeve. Is this?
And I believe the official name for it is Forgetful Fish, although everyone calls it Dan. But the Forgetfulness is the other large portion of the deck, other than the aforementioned Dandans.
I guess we'll do these like this.
Yeah, there's a bunch of library manipulation because we share the deck. So you might use a card like Memory Lapse to put a card on top of the deck. So I could counter James's thing, and then I get to draw it. You could Brainstorm, for instance.
Oh, no.
And draw cards, put bad ones on top or ones you don't want, and then force your opponent to. This is my way of showing a bunch of cards that are not lands in my hand. I don't actually know what the mulligan is. I assume it's a free mulligan.
I mean,
Oh, let's say one free mulligan on Dan.
Yeah.
It is the tempo Dan. There are multiple subtypes of Dan.
Yes.
Yeah, so here's the thing. I had never heard of Dan until
What about Sassy Dan? When do we get that one?
yeah, I'd never heard about this format until we went to Philly a few weeks ago, or I guess it was a few months ago now. And like honestly, within the first like 2 hours of being in the hall, 3 people were like, "Yo, you want to play Dan?" I'm like, "What the hell is Dan?" So I played Dan with Gunner. That's what I know him by, and that's what list this is. I'm bad at this. This is not going to go well for me. But
You do this
it was
for a
fun.
job, dude. Huh?
Huh?
I gotta say, shuffling 80 cards, just right.
It's not bad.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really nice.
This is
Does
like,
it feel wrong though? Like, does it feel it's like, oh no, I'm missing some of my deck?
No, it feels like shuffling a Highlander deck that we've like played a match for like at least 15 minutes.
Yeah, you
And
fetched.
that's-
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels great.
All right, get your 7. Also, yeah, I highly recommend you go check out Ristic Studies of this video. Not right now, because it's like a half an hour, and you gotta watch us play Magic.
Keep.
Okay, I guess you can go.
Okay. Good luck. Have fun.
Good luck, have fun.
Island, go.
Do you draw?
It's not multiplayer.
I guess that's true. Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's a format rule and we just don't know what we're
Island,
doing.
go.
Drop.
Now, do you share the graveyard or is it separate graveyards?
Separate graveyards. How many copies of Brainstorm are in this?
I don't remember.
Is it more than 4?
I don't. Paul, do you want to check? I can't remember.
There's a shared
There
graveyard.
are 2 brainstorms.
Beautiful. Brainstorm?
Yeah, you gonna
Brainstorm?
brainstorm?
I've played this card once or twice. 3.
James, I'm so glad this isn't me.
Yeah, I don't know why I was like, I'll play Wheeler. Yeah.
Chat says shared graveyard.
Oh.
Shared graveyard?
Oh,
I thought it was separate graveyard. I'm gonna put these 2 back on top.
Yep. So he now has. So Wheeler is now knows exactly what I'm going to draw, right?
Island, go.
So I'm going to draw. I don't even know what this card does.
Crystal spray.
Yeah. Hey, it's your copy too. Island. Let's go.
Dan.
Dan.
What's that do?
So it's a 4/1. Cannot attack if defending player controls no islands. If at any time you control no islands, bury Dandân. Wow. I gotta bury it.
Bury.
Bury. Go.
End of turn, I'm going to Piracy Charm. Target creature gains Island Walk or gets +2, -1 until end of turn, or target player discards a card. I'm going to kill your Dandân.
Yeah. So what are we gonna do?
Are we doing shared graveyard?
I mean, I guess, yeah.
Okay,
if
great.
that's the plan. So, Dandân.
Yeah.
I don't think order matters, but I guess
it might. If it's shared, we should pay attention to that.
Technically.
That's fair.
Untap.
That's the plan.
Draw.
Yeah. Why would you kill my Dandân?
I'm going to play a Mystic Sanctuary tapped and I'll pass.
Yeah. The whole point is to have Dandans. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and play.
How many AKs are in this? Accumulated knowledge.
I think there's
4.
4. Okay.
Yeah.
I like how it's like people are like, how many are in this? And I was like, what? You could have more than 4. I automatically thought there'd be like 12 or something bananas.
There are 8 memory lapses.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
And-
you can have multiples
And
of.
10 Dandans.
There's 10. Yeah.
10 Dandans.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
How do you say the name of this card?
I still screwed this up. Svelunite? It's Svelunite Temple.
Either way, I play it. It comes in tapped. Go.
Dandân is so exciting.
Brainstorm?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Did you draw both of them?
Yeah.
Just gonna put that in the graveyard.
Did you get the same art for all the cards?
I tried. I think there might be.
I definitely like your
Oh.
selection of islands.
I'm going to put them back.
Yeah, I went
Genuinely a good,
I
good
went with the
island.
old.
It's one of my favorite islands.
White Order revised.
I'll play an island and pass.
Yeah, they look great.
Okay, you're gonna pass here. I'm gonna
It's
go
not
ahead.
that- It's not that common for an island to actually depict an
like a-
island these days.
Are you gonna stifle that?
No.
Well, that's not in there, but I don't know what. What can you do to this? I guess you can just draw. Oh, you can.
Actually, that resolves.
You
can draw.
Okay.
I am going to cast end of my turn. I'm going to cast Predict.
Yeah.
I'm going to name a card.
Yep.
Then I mill the top card of the library, and if it's the named card, I draw 2 cards. Otherwise, I draw 1.
Yeah.
I'm going to name Accumulated Knowledge.
Yeah.
So I'm going to mill this Accumulated Knowledge. 2-mana instant, draw a card, then draw cards equal number of AKs in your graveyard.
Yeah.
In all graveyards, excuse me.
So this is where the memory aspect of this game comes into play. He knew exactly what was there because of the
So
brainstorm.
I draw these 2, and then the Predict goes there.
Yeah.
And then you can carry on. I have 6 cards in hand.
Okay. Untap. Draw.
Oh, no.
I mean, I could be doing this all wrong because
Dude, I have no idea.
I'm just obsessed with drawing cards.
Yeah.
Oh, so you don't actually get the card that you predict.
No. So you want to stack something that either you can let James mill, or James draw, or I can mill. More cards equals more Dans. Exactly. That's my thought process.
Want to have some fun here?
Okay. No!
Diminishing returns. Each
Oh.
player shuffles his or her hand and graveyard into his or her library. You exile the top 10 cards of your library, and then we each draw 7 cards.
No, I had 2 AKs in hand. I was going to draw so many cards.
Incredible.
Okay.
This
Sure.
as well, right? The returns? Or does that...
No, this card goes to your graveyard as
After?
effectively.
Yeah,
Yeah, after
so-
it resolves.
Yeah.
Accumulated knowledge cares about all the AKs in all graveyards. So shared graveyard doesn't even matter if we had separate graveyards.
Yeah, it wouldn't matter.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's why you never want to be the first person to cast the AK. You want to be the person to cast number 2 and number 3. And then your opponent never resolves number 4. I mean, I'm still up cards. I go from 6 cards to 7 cards. Yeah.
I now understand why we're going to be playing for an hour.
All right, now we mill.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Jesus. Ray of commands in here?
What's the dual land for?
There's a card called Mystic Retrieval. It's from Dark Ascension. It returns an instant or sorcery to your hand, and then has flashback for red.
Those are exiled, eh?
Yeah. We got 1 AK exiled.
And we're down 1 Dandan.
No! Dandan, no.
Dandan, no!
Poor Dandan. Go ahead.
You didn't draw a land? Interesting information.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, I just realized what's going on. Oh.
Ooh. Okay.
Go ahead.
On top. Draw. I'm going to play Halimar Depths. So I look at the top 3 cards of my deck and I can rearrange them, however. Oh,
That seems very, very spicy. It's a free brainstorm, sort of. Well, I guess you don't get to draw the card.
Yeah. It is good. It was okay in a deck that, in Standard, when you had Jace the Mind Sculptor to Brainstorm every turn. I'm going to play Dandan.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Wheeler's Dandan is on the board.
Who's Dandan? Will Dandan?
Dandan.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, sometimes you Dan, sometimes you Dan.
Sometimes you Dan don't.
That's just how the Dan dans.
Can
Go
we
ahead.
write sometimes you Dan, sometimes you Dan don't? That's like a folksy wisdom.
Combat.
Yeah, I take Dandan damage.
Great. You go to 16.
Yeah.
Temple of Epiphany.
Yeah.
Scry.
I do like that you can effectively just be like, you have 5 hit points and you get hit once for every Dan.
Yeah.
Because there isn't anything else in the deck that does damage.
This format is incredible. I'm having fun. I'm trying to figure out how to play it.
I can see why this would be addictive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
Dan is a great drinking game. 5 shots each.
Oh, God.
Oh God. I would-
Yeah.
What if we just got a beer and divide it into 5?
Well, we've got those. We've got the cups from the Heroes of Barcadia that are like already divided into life points.
I go to Dandan.
When would we ever drink and play Dandan, though? Hey,
Well,
Lur will be at MagicCon Minneapolis. Yes, I take 4.
he gets Dan damaged.
Hi, I'm Dan Damaged.
And I'm here to talk to you about generational trauma.
Yeah. Oh.
Telling time?
Yep.
So one hand, one top, one bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like one hand, one bottom, and give the other one to your opponent.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the best one, the worst one, and the other one.
I really enjoy this because these are all just blue cards that either I can't play because they got banned, or I can't play anymore because they got out-modded by other new blue cards. Like, Telling Time brings me back. Accumulated Knowledge.
I have
I
that
can
in like
smell it.
an old commander deck. It was good.
Yeah.
Predict.
Target.
Hmm?
I said target. I am going to cycle Lonely Sandbar in response.
Yeah.
Is that good?
Yep.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
You... Oh, God. How much do I want to goozle you? Maybe this is okay. Ooh, no, it's fine. Yep. Predict away.
Dan.
Okay. It's a pretty good call.
It's an island.
What is that, an island?
Yeah.
Okay.
So this goes
It
here
just
and I
gets
draw a
milled
card?
up. Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Don't hurt your backpack.
I'm going to play this island and pass. Sorry, pass.
Thank you. End of turn. I'm going to cast Unsubstantiate and return Dandân to your hand.
Ooh, fancy.
Memory lapse.
Yep. Okay. You got 1 mana, huh?
Oh, now James gets Wheeler's spell.
This is on James's turn.
Oh. Oh, Wheeler gets Wheeler's spell.
Untap.
Yeah.
Drop. Telling Time.
Yep.
Hand, top, bottom. Unsubstantiate.
Yeah.
Combat.
Yep.
Dandân.
Yep. I take 4 Dandans.
Go.
This seems stressful.
Land.
Yeah. James does have mana advantage, though. Seems pretty good.
Dandan.
Yep. Can I see the cards exiled,
Yeah?
please, Judge? Officiant?
Yeah. I'm like a marriage officiant. Do you, Dan? Do you, Dan?
I do. Bitecaster, I bounced at end step, so I've only been hit once. Man.
Man.
James, you got very fancy memory lapses for this.
Yeah.
It looks really good.
Yeah, the Mystical Archives.
And it's foily.
Oh, you got the gold etched.
Yeah, no. They're very cool.
Oh dear. All right, let's Mystic Retrieval, or try.
Target.
Unsubstantiate.
Yep.
I would have taken diminishing returns.
Spin that wheel one more time.
Okay. Go ahead.
Drop. Combat.
Mm-hmm.
Dandân.
And I will try.
He said, "Den don't."
I will try to return Dandân to your hands.
Okay, okay. I'm going to tap 3 and flashback
Yep.
Mystic Retrieval. Targeting... Memory Lapse?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play around Days. Piracy Charm. Dandân.
Yep.
Play a Lonely Sandbar tapped and pass.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not. This isn't. My brain isn't treating this as stressful, but it is like. How many cards does he have? What's on top?
Yeah, this is the kind of format that unlocks my, sort of latent desire to be clever at things, my competitive urge.
All right, let's go Sanctuary
Yep.
and putting.
It's untapped as well.
Oh, it is untapped. You're right. Thank you. Let's do the Kathleen play.
Oh!
Diminishing returns.
Yeah.
AK.
Lucky. Yeah, I mean, yes. Lucky, not in the Magic player, the
Yeah.
salty sense, more in
All right,
the,
so draw a card,
God, I wish that were me.
and then no more cards? I just draw the one card, right?
yeah, you just draw
That's how AK works?
Yep.
Because there's no other AKs?
You draw a card, and then number of cards equal to number of AKs in all graveyards.
Yeah. All right. Then we go ahead and cast Return.
Sure. What was your hand? Hand. Oh, Vision Charm. Oh, wow. Okay. I had 2 headed diminishing returns.
Is there, hold on, do I? Nah, whatever, it doesn't matter.
You can do something if you want. in
No, it's fine.
response.
Your turn. Sorry, your turn.
Make sure everything's not boxed.
Blast Egg says, I've missed the start. What's Dandân? What Dandân is a wacky format. It's a shared 80 card library. The only creatures in the deck are Dandans. You're trying to hit your opponent. But the problem is, the deck is stuffed with things like Brainstorm, Memory Lapse, Flashback cards, Diminishing Returns, where everybody shuffles their hands into their library. Accumulated Knowledge, Telling Time, all sorts of wacky shenanigans where you manipulate the draw. So you try to benefit yourself and hose your opponent. It's a real battle of wits, as we said in some pre-rehearsed remarks.
Those are the 10 exiled.
Oh, a Diminishing Returns got exiled.
Another Dan. Oh no.
What happens when you're out of Dandans?
I don't know.
It's a game to mill out the other player.
Yeah.
Yeah, then you have to, because the mill is kind of interesting too, because you just have to work. It's like that game where it's do you take one peg or 2 pegs, and you have to be the person not to take the last peg.
King of the Hill dating simulator. I got one joke. Or one chuckle. I'll take it.
Yeah. Oh man. Dan.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Brainstorm.
Yep.
Put those two back on top. Piracy Charm.
Man, that's like the third time.
Attack.
Yeah. I go to 8.
Land. Dan. Go.
Yeah.
Oh no.
That's a lot of Dandans.
Dan. Each more Dan than the last.
Yeah, this format really gets. I can tell that I'm getting more. Again, not stress, but it's not like an engagement or intensity. But I'm flicking my cards more.
Your brain's working.
Yeah.
There's like some brain cells that you really don't engage all that often.
Yeah.
You know, and they're just like cracking their knuckles. They're like, ugh.
Metamorphose.
Yeah.
Targeting a Dandan.
So this, I assume this one.
Yeah, sure.
So it gets put on top of our library, and I can put an artifact, creature, enchantment, or land from my hand into play.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna put in Dan.
Yep. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Other different Dan.
Another Dan.
Again.
I'm going to cycle this Lonely Sandbar in response.
These cycling lands are rude.
Which means he's going to draw the
In
previous
response.
Dan.
Telling time.
This is extremely exciting.
Yeah, this is actually kind of cool. So you're going to do telling time, and then whatever you put on top, Wheeler immediately draws,
Correct.
and then the Dan goes on top.
So I know what the top 2 cards are, but James only knows what the top card is.
Correct.
He's going to force me to do that. I'm going to memory lapse the... I can hear very good sigh. I'm going to put that on top, then you get all 3, then I know what that is. That one's not very good. And if I memory lapse that, then that resolves. It's aggressive. I'm going to memory lapse, but I draw that, and then I get to put that into play. But then I want that because then I can set it for that. Yeah, I'm going to memory lapse this telling time.
Okay. I'm going to memory lapse your memory lapse.
So
Dude, I don't even know what
that
the hell happened.
that
I'm popping off here. This is incredible.
so memory lapse is going to resolve. Your memory lapse will target my memory lapse.
Correct.
So this gets put on top. This goes to the graveyard.
Yes. And now,
This is the stack still. I'm going to memory lapse your telling time.
I'm going to cast Telling Time.
Yeah, okay. Okay, yeah. Go off.
Okay, so what's happening?
It's actually pretty straightforward. We're just going to work through it in reverse.
Yeah,
First,
yeah,
James
hold
is
on.
going to tell some time.
Yeah. So I'm going to...
He's going to put a bad card on top because Wheeler's going to get to draw whatever goes there.
I assume it'll be the island.
You assume correctly. Okay, so this Okay, so
That's resolved.
that is resolved.
And then lapse targeting your telling time.
So this is countered. Or
That goes on
go
top. And then lonely sandbar.
Draw the Telling Time.
Draw the telling time.
Oh, shoot.
And then metamorphose resolves.
Putting
the Dan on top.
Putting Dan on
And
top.
then I get to put a permanent into play.
Yes.
I'll put this island into play.
Okay. Well, I don't die.
That's good. That's good.
Currently, go ahead.
Untap. Draw.
That, I think, was a very accurate representation of what Dandân is, by the way. Like, that interaction is,
Telling time.
yeah.
Oh my god.
I was right to put the bad card on top because Wheeler would get to see it first. Thank God. I was like, oh no, I already screwed up. Somebody said that they appreciated appreciated that I was straightening the cards. I'm very uptight, as it turns out.
I mean, it just looks good, too.
That on top.
Yep.
This in my hand.
Yep. That on bottom.
This on the bottom.
Okay.
Combat.
I take 4.
Go.
How many cards do you have?
2.
Dandân?
I will respond. 1 card in hand.
Yep.
Have you played your land already?
Yep.
I'm going to cast Brainstorm.
Yep.
I will put these 2 back.
Okay.
And then that resolves.
Okay. Go ahead.
Ray of Command.
Oh my
I
God!
want to gain control of your Dandân until end of turn.
Take that.
I can feel my nostrils flaring up.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, take your time.
So you're gonna
God.
take that.
I love sports.
Define null. Would you believe me if I told you this was the original act of treason? And that act of treason effects were originally blue? Like the temporary.
I don't know if this is
Yeah.
right. I cast a plant form.
Return target creature to its owner's hand. You may put a.
Copy of that creature.
Yeah. So you're going to target your own Dandân?
Correct. Yes.
Oh, yeah, I love it. Yeah.
So that goes to my hand, and I have a Dandân. It's like it was meant to be.
That's such a blowout. I'm going to attack.
I have to block.
Yeah. I'm going to play another Dandân. Go. And I know what you're drawing.
If I was one of those fishermen, I would just stop fishing in this spot where there's 10 Dandans all just hiding into the water.
Yeah.
I don't see any reason to keep this. It was a land.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead.
That was known information.
Yeah. You have 2 cards.
I have 2 cards.
Do you have a way to?
I don't know. We'll find out. Accumulated knowledge. There's only 1.
So let's draw. Yeah.
You're at
4.
4.
You can interact with my Dandân.
Go.
Okay. Do you know what this card is?
Nope.
Not knowing what the top card the other guy's going to draw is actually fairly uncommon.
Go.
There's 10 Dandans in the deck, but there's now only 8 left.
Less than that.
Go.
Crystal spray. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Change the text of target spell or permanent by replacing all instances
Yeah.
of one color word or basic land with another. So you sack your Dandân unless you control, if you control no forests.
yeah.
And I draw a card. Combat.
Crushing.
That was a good game.
Woo!
That was a fun game.
Woo!
I had 2 lands in my hand there,
Oh.
by the way. I just drew 2 lands.
Dandân got confused and was like, wait, maybe it's forests that I like.
Well, that was extremely exciting.
Jesus.
That was a good game.
That was very fun.
Yeah.
All right, I'm hooked. I'm hooked. Oh, crap. Oh, great. More money I gotta spend on
Look,
this
we
game.
have a Dandan deck
I know,
here. You
but
can
there's
just...
no Arabian Nights Dan.
Dude, those are so expensive.
I know, and I only have 5.
You need more.
I know, I need 5 more.
How much are they now? I think they're up to like
Don't tell me.
40 or 50 bucks.
For a Dandân?
I think so.
Actually, you can tell me, just don't tell Ed.
Oh, Ed doesn't have any.
I know. I bought him out in 2010.
That's why you get that's the Chronicles one.
Yeah, that's what I have.
And that's why everyone was so mad at Chronicles.
Yeah. All right. Shall we watch a video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's watch some punt counter punt.
Heck yeah.
And then we'll come back for more of this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alex versus Kathleen.
Oh no.
Enjoy.
Hello and welcome to Punt Counter Punt, the pretend debate show for the glory of Phyrexia. That's right, in a stunning display of continuity, Nelson Wheeler and I have transformed into Phyrexians. We are glorious and complete, but our days wouldn't be unless we compared some magic cards to other magic cards. Nelson will be arguing for Orthodoxy Enforcer, and Wheeler will be arguing for Tiller of Flesh. Who's best? Doesn't matter. They're all wonderful and Phyrexian. Who's going first? Also doesn't matter, because we're all Phyrexians here. But Nelson, you also have to start.
And I'm happy to go first. Orthodoxy Enforcer, a fantastic card. For 4 mana, you get a 2/4, but wait, as long as you have 2 other artifacts on the battlefield, you get a 4/4 instead. And those artifacts could be anything. They could be Ichor Wellsprings, they could be Phyrexian Mites, heck, they could be treasure tokens. There's any number of ways you could put together a 4/4 Vigilance here.
Well, that's pretty good, Nelson. But take a look at Tiller of Flesh. I also have a 4-mana 2/4 that eventually gets a little bit bigger. Instead of getting +2/+0, I get to incubate for 2, cracking open a cold one with the boys. This cold one, of course, being an egg, and the boys being all of the voices in your head that you can't escape. Mine's better.
Whoa, hold up there, Phyrexian friend. Elish Norn's pretty clear that all Phyrexians are equal except her.
Wait a second. My card is clearly more powerful than Wheeler's. Mine can get 4 power with Vigilance.
Come on, Nelson. Mine also gets up to 4 power across 2 bodies. In fact, I get up to 4/6.
Well, for an uncommon, it's pretty mid.
No, dude, your card is mid.
Ugh, this whole episode is mid. It's no fun only arguing about Phyrexian cards.
I did used to like different, better cards before I was completed.
No, you didn't. The cards you liked back then were just as bad. My teeth are killing me. This sucks.
Tell me about it. I distinctly recall being offered some sort of Phyrexian animation budget, but now it's like, no, all resources for Realmbreaker. And what has Realmbreaker ever done for us, aside from telling us what to do and go
Oh my god, I don't have time for this right now.
Get lost, Phyrexian invaders.
Oh, whoa. We're not here to fight.
No, I became a pacifist after my 4th concussion.
We're here to argue about cards and which one is better. Well, they are. I'm actually just here to moderate and provide helpful exposition if things get too high concept.
Well, alright, if you don't want to get bitten and you want to debate instead, then you're gonna get some debate.
Oh, no. Debate implies learning and growth.
We're here to yell at each other.
Why?
We like talking about old cards and comparing them to new cards.
Yeah, alright.
Okay, glad you're finally on board. Let's talk about Phyrexian Plague Lord.
Christ, this is like high school all over again.
Phyrexian Plague Lord is one of the gems of Urza's legacy. This 5-mana 4/4 can bring doom to your opponent's board by sacrificing your own creatures to shrink theirs. With fantastic art by Kev Walker, this Phyrexian will surely drive fear into the hearts of all the enemies.
We ain't scared.
That all sounds really nice if you can activate your abilities, but I just don't see that happening for you here.
Wait, what?
What do you mean I can't activate my abilities?
I kind of think that maybe we would like to sacrifice a creature to give something -1/-1.
Yeah, I think that would be fun for us.
It seems like a good time for us to do it, but not for you to do it.
Not only do we have your abilities, I also have your mom's phone number.
Can you call my mom for me? She stopped responding to my calls.
Oh, does it start with 544 because you're a 5-mana 4/4?
Is that bad?
Oh, honey. A 5-mana 4/4? What year is this? 1995?
1999 was a great year for black cards. We got our own Dirkwood Boars, and it has powerful abilities.
Can we pretend like damage stacks when we talk about this card?
That would really help our cause.
Damage back on the stack? I didn't realize you three were so old and so broken. Should you be out here with your bad backs?
Now that you mention it, I could go for a chair.
Yeah, a dentist chair.
Oh, can you call my mom to call my dentist? They stopped returning my calls.
Kathleen, we're losing. Can we, say we've won instead?
Even as the powerful moderator of Punt Counter Punt, I don't think I can twist the laws of logic and reality that hard to say that we're doing well in this argument. However, we can change tactics and start talking about Drivnod, Carnage Dominus.
What could be more terrifying than the very landscape of New Phyrexia rising up and becoming Drivnod, Carnage Dominus? This legendary Phyrexian horror is an 8/3 for 5. That's right. Even better stats, kind of, than our last creature. Plus, the static ability will cause creatures dying to trigger an additional time. And we can exile 3 creatures from our graveyard to put an indestructible counter on Drivnod. With 8/3 power and toughness, we've got plenty of power to deal with your angel card. I mean vampire card.
I see us becoming indestructible now.
I see us exiling 3 creature cards from your graveyard.
Wait, no, you can't exile our creatures, can you?
You're going to need to put an indestructible counter on yourselves because you're losing this debate.
Quick, Wheeler, hit him with the classic ramble.
It's impossible, Nelson. There are no horses on Zendikar.
You're telling me you can't talk for an hour about Baloths instead?
Only if they're from Dominaria. There's towering Baloth, and there's ravenous Baloth, and there's obstinate.
Is this really
Baloth,
happening?
and they all get
Ugh,
you
I'm
for
ravenous for the
life.
time when y'all are
I
out of
don't know
here.
anything
Nelson, am
about
I wrong, or do we look
Zendikar.
worse than normal?
To be honest, I haven't really seen so well since the completion.
It's probably in land or something, but I don't know.
Oh, I left all my diapers back on ball again for the babies.
Why do you have so many diapers?
Wow, things look bad for our heroes, and in this context, I mean myself, Wheeler, and Nelson.
It's over. We have the high ground.
All of your arguments really bite. And I mean that in the worst sense of the word.
They making teeth jokes?
I think that one was just a vampire joke, actually.
Oh, look at the time. Isn't it 2:30? Don't you have to go, Wheeler?
She already forgot that my dentist doesn't talk to me anymore. Can you believe it?
Things are really going downhill in Phyrexia, huh?
I was hoping for a challenge, but it looks like the only challenge will be grooming the ichor off my wings.
Ooh, I can help with that.
Well, there you have it, folks. Drana and Linvala are terrifying, but know how to work together as a team, mostly to abuse us. But what will happen next? Perhaps this suspicious rumbling has some ideas. Oh, thank the Praetors, we're on Dominaria. This plane has a storied history of getting its ass beat by Phyrexians, and they've already been softened up.
Yeah, I could go for wailing on a Ben Alish priest for a couple of hours.
And I could go for a victory, so prepare to meet your doom, Dominaria.
Oh no, what's that? Is it the very embodiment of nature? And a frog?
Oh, are you kidding me?
Oh, my greatest weakness. A huge frog.
Fear not, Wheeler. Soon, we'll have everyone's favorite 1-mana artifact from Phyrexia taking care of this battle for us. Is it Vector Asp? Oh no. Look closer under the illusionary mask to find Phyrexian Dreadnought. 12 power and 12 toughness, trampling through your enemy's creatures.
Isn't there a bunch more text on that card?
Don't worry about it. You're not going to read it if you just cast Stifle first. Or maybe you want to sacrifice a couple of spare Colossal Dreadmaws you have lying around. Maybe you want to sacrifice a Worm Coil engine or 2. Maybe you want to sacrifice 12 Doom Travelers. You do you, bud. However you choose to play it, there's going to be 12 power and toughness attacking into your opponent, whether they be tree or frog.
Or a tree frog.
I never thought a frog would be so erudite.
I didn't think a frog would help me confront my generational trauma.
They should have sent a poet.
I have 18 power.
Well, I think we're done here.
I need to go hug my kids.
I need to go hug my dentist.
And we should get out of here before we reflect any longer on the choices we've made in our lives. Oh, look over there! I'll say this for Realmbreaker. It certainly knows when you're wrapping up a conversation. Wait, where are we now?
Oh, smells like Innistrad.
You mean smells like victory. If there's any plane we can take over, it's probably Innistrad.
Yeah, that's right. What do you got over here? Zombies that can't block?
Yeah, this place sucks. I mean, look at them. They're just peasants. They're just normal men.
What do you mean?
They're just innocent men. Oh, well, maybe not that guy. That guy over there is chewing on an arm.
Hold on, that's not a guy chewing on an arm. That's a frog chewing on an arm.
Oh my god.
Could it be?
That's Thalia and Gitrog. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Okay, everybody stay calm, stay calm, stay calm.
Does this mean we're going to have a second inspirational speech from a frog? In the same episode?
Nelson, shut up. If Gitrog is going to say something to us, I don't want you talking over it.
Jesus Christ, look at those two. My god, so that's what they meant when they said the Gitrog 8.
I thought I had made mistakes before, but clearly every decision I've made in my life has led me here.
Thalia, are you doing anything later tonight? I have a commander game I'd like you to come to.
Ooh, sign my playmat. Or just spit on it.
Get out of here, Nelson. Would you sign my teeth or spit on them?
Oh, idea. Is there a souvenir t-shirt stand on this plane? I don't want to go home empty-handed.
Yeah, I don't even want to go home. I just want to stay here with them.
If they don't already have one, why don't we just start our own? We could follow Thalia and the Gitrog around and sell t-shirts about the experience.
I got a long history of being a loser, and things aren't going to get better than this.
Screw this invasion. This plane's already obviously perfect.
I simply cannot take a minute more of this.
Uh-oh.
You three, my office now!
Thank you for having us, ma'am. It's great to be here.
Is it?
Kathleen, shh!
Don't shush me. You know I have a well-documented problem with authority figures.
Well, now is not a good time to be working through that.
Oh no, this has been holding me back for years. I don't intend to change now.
Silence! You three were tasked with the incredibly simple mission of spreading Phyrexian perfection throughout the multiverse. Have you done anything?
Well, a frog got me to book an appointment with a therapist. Don't you call that progress?
Progress isn't simply making an appointment with a therapist. You actually have to put in the hours and do the work, something you three seem incapable of doing.
Hey, we're capable of doing lots of things.
Yeah, like providing unsolicited deck building advice.
So is Magic Twitter, but what have they ever done?
Got me to stop using Twitter as much.
Okay. Sure, we're maybe not the best at being an invasion force, but didn't you make us? Aren't you the head of this organization? Shouldn't ultimate authority rest with you, Queen Mommy Steppy?
Did you seriously just suggest that I, Elish Norn, literal perfection incarnate, should be responsible for your blunders? That your inadequacies are a reflection of my leadership?
I mean,
Yeah, that tracks.
You insolent wastes of oil! To even suggest that management take responsibility for the failures of the incompetent curs we are forced to work with? Madness!
I don't know. I'm just not sure the oil is trickling down.
That's it! You are fired!
Into the Great Furnace?
Absolutely not! I can't risk your stupidity seeping into any more of my glorious works! What's the point of being toxic if you can't even win a debate?
Well, they're really more arguments than debates.
Yeah, debates kind of imply learning and growth.
Out!
I never stole my company. Oh, Eldraine, this isn't so bad.
Yeah, what's the worst thing they got here? Like an elk? A twink? An elk twink?
Ha ha! Suck it, Norn. You sent us someplace rad by accident. Hey, do you think one of you could pass me my phone? It's I can't like reach it from where I am, and I did want to follow up on Yurgle's suggestion about that therapy appointment.
Yeah, I think I can feel it. It's right here underneath some of my broken bones, but my one hand's still working. Just a second.
Oh, no, those are my teeth.
Wait, I thought your teeth were over here.
No, different teeth. I got a lot of teeth.
You know, it's cramped and smelly, but I've stayed in way worse places traveling for Magic tournaments.
You know what I bet is also cramped and smelly, but very cool? The inside of the Get Rog monster.
Oh yeah, good call. The inside of the Gitrog monster's gotta be so cool.
Hello, and welcome to Friday Night Paper Fight over here at twitch.tv/loadingreadyrun. Me, Wheeler. Not alone. I've got an Alex.
Hello.
We got a Kathleen.
Hi, I'm here.
And a Paul on tech.
Who's here?
Hello.
Hey, there we go. We played some Dandân. Myself versus James. We watched a very incredible punt counter punt.
It'll be on the Loading Ready Run YouTube channel on Sunday.
It's very good.
And now you two have to fight. Is that okay?
Let's mess it up.
Okay, great. Did you roll to see who would go first?
We didn't.
Would you like to?
Yeah. All right, 6. 5.
GLHF.
Thank you.
Who did the voices on punt counter punt? Kathleen played the role as Kathleen.
Yes.
Island Goat.
Island. I get to draw for turn 2. How fun. Go ahead.
End of your turn. I will Thought Scour.
Just gonna, because I want to see this art too.
My draw step. Whoops.
Whoop. Did you see the top card?
I did. I saw 2 cards.
That's fine. You draw that card, and I'm going to randomize this.
On tap.
Thought Scour, which is now just draw the 3rd card of the deck.
Here's the graveyard since it's super relevant.
Oh, I went fishing and I got a Dandân.
Oh, I hate that.
Go.
If you dislike the card Dandân, this might not be.
This is a bad format for you.
Although I have seen other versions of this format proposed, alternative versions.
Yeah.
There's one with skull cracks and lightning helixes
I want to see like one monocolor deck
per.
of each,
Yeah.
like that plays differently.
Go.
That's a go. Tap. I will draw. Interesting. I'll play this Temple of Epiphane.
The green version is just 10 questing beasts.
Oh. No, please.
I think I'm gonna bottom that. I would like to attack.
I get damned.
You get damned.
And I get up again.
I will pass a La Biblioteca.
I'm never going to keep you
Serge's
damned.
so fond of saying.
I'm going to, at the end of turn, I'm going to cast Telling Time. To look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of those cards into my hand, one on top of my library, and one on the bottom of my library. 1, 2.
You say yours.
Ours.
It's really
ours, comrade. I'm going to put this one in my hand, this one on the bottom, and this one on the top.
It's like replace all instances of your library with the library.
Then I get to draw a card. Then I get to play my land for the turn. How exciting. All right.
I like it already.
Go ahead.
That's a go?
Yes.
Oh, let's let's be reckless. I'm gonna blind predict island. Oh. Okay. So
That goes into the graveyard.
I thought today was a good day.
I will draw one card then. Untap. And I'll draw step a card. Holy moly. Dan.
I'm gonna unsubstantiate.
I will memory lapse.
Oh
or
no!
Unsubstantinate.
I get damned again.
So yeah, you get totally damned.
Unsubdamned.
Second main phase. I'll play this Halimar Depths.
Oh no.
Just put that on the target.
World Wake staple. I said World Wake staple.
That's good.
Turns out the depths of the ocean are quite dark
that's
and
your
murky.
land.
Oh, right, it's in play.
Sparks are flying at this heated Dandan battle.
Oh, he's a wrecking machine.
Draw my card for the turn.
He's a wrecking Dan.
Don't you hate it when your mom calls you by your full name? Daniel.
Dan. I'm gonna play this Mystic Sanctuary.
Oh.
It enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 3 or more other islands. When it enters the battlefield untapped, you may put target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard on top of my library.
Ooh.
I'm gonna put this Piracy Charm on top of my library.
Okay.
Badoop.
Badoo.
I'm going to cast Accumulated Knowledge to draw a card, then draw cards equal to the number of cards named Accumulated Knowledge in all graveyards.
I'll respond.
Yeah.
Cycle this lonely sandbar.
How rude.
Is that happening for me?
I'm gonna have to predict to name a card. I'm gonna put the top card of target player's library into his or her graveyard. I'm gonna name Piracy Charm.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So Piracy Charm gets milled. You draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
And then I draw 1 card.
Then Alex draws 1 card.
And then she draws 1 more card.
And then Kathleen draws another 2 cards. Because there's already an accumulated knowledge in the graveyard.
I didn't see one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
There we go.
So
Okay.
Alex
You've
has
drawn your
drawn-
card,
Yes.
so that's resolved.
Now Kathleen draws 2 cards.
Hee hee. Oh,
One way or another, these games end in a draw.
2, 3, 4.
See, because
5,
you draw
6,
cards
7, 8.
and it's like a stale.
Hold on, I'm thinking. Hold on, I'm danning.
Dude, there's blood coming out of your nose.
That's not how I wanted to play that, but I feel like I'm much better set up now. I'm going to have to go to discard. I'm going to discard this Is It Boiler Works.
Ooh.
Go ahead.
Draw.
Your graveyard is starting to go off the playmat there.
We'll play in Island.
I should have kept I should have
Dan,
mulliganed for a Dan. But next turn, I swear I'm going to start going off. I have to go to 8.
I believe you.
Dan.
Yeah, that's fine.
We're dual wielding Dan. I'll pass the turn.
All right.
I can think of a really bad mono red variant of this game.
What's that?
Ben.
Ben
It's just a bunch of Ben Aki hermits and mountains. Nobody can do anything.
That sounds really bad.
Yeah.
I got to play a Halimar Depths.
You got it.
All right. Oh no.
I can't tell if that means in this game they're all good cards or they're all bad.
There's lots of good cards, and Alex gets to draw the next ones. back in any order. Oof.
See, the green variant would involve like ramping your opponent to death. You could just try to mill out by casting like explorers and stuff.
It's all just mulch.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess this format doesn't want to have any sort of search effects.
No, I think it's more interesting. Some versions play mystical tutor.
That seems weird.
I think.
I guess maybe one search effect is like some sort of bonkers thing.
It
Dan?
seems more interesting.
Go ahead.
If you have the chance to play a format or build a format where there is no searching, I think you take that, or shuffling. I mean, there's a bit of shuffling with, what's it called? Diminishing returns, but...
There's very good cards on top, and I was like, I don't want Alex to have any of these. I want them to go away. I can't take another turn to draw cards. Otherwise, I'm going to die.
Does this work the way I think it does?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to attempt to crystal spray your Dandân.
I memory lapse that, and I get my memory lapsed.
I would also like to memory lapse.
I think I'm dead.
Okay.
My goodness.
Game 1. That was more... So this particular build is called Tempo Dandân. That's more tempo-y than, you know...
As opposed to like jungle and base. That was like extremely tempo-y.
Okay, I see. Well, not the worst response I've had to trying to explain tempo.
What is the worst response you've gotten?
Is
A
somebody
blank stare?
somebody disagreeing and then not providing any clarification.
A little bit of ladder in your hand.
But yeah, I don't know. Like that's Alex got a Dandân and then
got two
protected the
Dandans.
Dandân, and then got 2 Dandans.
And Kathleen started with no Dandans.
You start with no Dandans.
And could not. I was like, I have so many ways to draw cards, but it turns out you do need probably a Dandân.
Yeah, it feels like having a hand. If you're on the draw and your hand doesn't have a Dandân,
That's bad.
it's bad unless you have the like 1 mana kill a Dandân card, like a
did not.
Piracy Charm or
pretty
a
hot.
Vision Charm,
Yes.
which is interesting.
I'm learning about Dandân.
Yeah.
No, Kathleen, you're boxing my deck
Oh.
into your deck.
Oh my
No, I'm
god.
kidding.
No, everything's fine.
Okay. Oh. I was so confused for a
Same
second.
deck.
I was like, what have I done wrong? You just have to assume that if you say something as like a joke, that I've done something wrong, I'm going to believe you. I'm going to be like, oh, of course I have.
Yeah.
What's going on?
That's I have that eternal mood as well.
Oh no.
All right.
So I should never enter a room and be like, oh no, Kathleen.
Don't do it. I'll cry.
Oh,
On the inside.
Oh no, oh Kathleen, you have such a nice haircut, you know. Or,
Wow, that's like next level rudeness.
I said I wouldn't do it.
Just like
You just practice it a couple
Just
of
like
times.
do a tooth dryer and then a compliment with a really stilted gaze. Nice look today.
Interesting choice of deck
Wow.
Oh, well, I'm going to keep this.
Yeah, I can keep this too.
I'm going to be on the play, I think.
today. I'd recommend it.
Go ahead.
What about the red version with lots of chain lightnings?
There is a
Just keeps bouncing around.
there's a red version. It's red white that plays chain lightnings, lightning bolts, skull crack, and lightning helix. Which seems pretty interesting. By Ryan Overturf, I believe, was the original designer for that, or the
okay.
person that suggested it.
I'm done. Go ahead.
End of your turn. I'd like to make all islands swamps.
Bloop. Oh, wait. That's our graveyard.
It's just like a Dandân Wrath of God.
Yeah, that card is pretty
Let's
messed up.
go. Well, yeah.
Did Kathleen draw? Did you draw on your turn too? Cards in hand?
I don't remember.
4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah.
So you missed a draw.
No. Boop. Oh, no. I've screwed it all up. All right.
Did you draw for your turn yet?
Fish.
Crystal spray.
Fish. It's like a cantrip doom blade.
And you draw from crystal spray.
Woohoo!
God, this. You just draw so many cards.
Wait, what is? Oh, okay, yeah.
All right, go ahead.
On top. Draw.
It says, this format and crystal spray is why people get annoyed about strictly better, strictly worse. It's like,
Well, nobody ever uses it correctly. It's like the word strictly. This is one thing that I'm like super pedantic about in Magic. It's like the strictly better, strictly worse. It's like no one ever does it properly. It's like no, it's better in every possible way, or it isn't.
Would you say that people calling things
Go ahead.
strictly worse is a strictly worse form of evaluating cards? Alex, put away the gun. Alex, no. Oh, are you going for me or you? Oh.
Go ahead, Alex.
On top. Draw.
Both of these cards killing a single Dandan. This is going. There's one like 35-year-old in the audience that is going to love this.
Pass.
It's like the version. It's the Dandan version of using a board wipe on a single Psychotog. Of just like you just gotta kill
you
it.
gotta.
Play an island.
Yup.
Dandan.
Dandan.
Dandan. Something of a Dandan
Gosh.
revolution.
Gonna try and vision charm this homie.
Memory lapse.
Let's do it again.
What is your memory lapse targeting?
Her memory lapse.
Okay.
Because I want this.
Vision charm to
charm
go
to
off.
resolve.
Okay.
Yes. Although, yeah, I guess. Oh god, yeah, I could put it on top. That is weird. But
I guess also, I mean, Vision Charm doesn't just kill Dandans. It also changes
Also
your
does other
land too.
things.
Yeah.
That's true. Is it all players' library or just target players' grave lands? All lands of one type or basic lands of your choice. Ah, well, it changes both your lands.
So,
well,
anything else?
no, I can't do anything
okay,
about that.
so
Lapse counters lapse, so lapse goes on top.
this one, right?
Yeah. And then Vision Charm resolves,
Yeah.
killing Dandans.
mountains. That is your turn.
Yes.
Oh.
Then
Oh.
I will cycle this Lonely Sandbar to draw a card.
Okie dokie.
Lonely
Take my
Sand.
memory lapse back. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you very much.
the like counter fights when the thing that is countered isn't going to go into the graveyard is
Yeah.
quite interesting.
Oh yeah.
What the?
Yeah, memory lapse is in that category of counterspell that is backbreaking, but also there are some downsides to using it, depending on how late in
Did
the
you
game
say
or what you're
downsides?
in. Dan sides, yes.
That's me.
But also you can enter like a counter war where you memory lapse your own spell and then rebuy it with a cantrip to like recast
That's
it.
good donk.
It comes up a little more with remand because you don't have to go through the extra step,
Go.
but it is that
That's a goal.
that little layer
Untap.
of complexity.
So is Memory Lapse actually like played in Highlander and stuff? Like it's
Yeah,
is
oh,
it
yeah.
actually is a
Yeah, it's good.
it is a viable counter
Yeah.
because it's but like because sometimes that tempo is all you need to
Occasionally it's time walk,
right.
which is pretty good. Be good, NB. Pretty good, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, I know what it means.
PB and J. Pasture
Pretty good,
baby.
not Jad.
Pretty boob, Jad. You need to say that while
Predict
nodding
Island.
your head.
Oh.
Memory lapse.
Uh-oh. That's an ass kicking I'm gonna have to take.
Oh, that's an ass kicking.
That's me done.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. If he had memory lapsed, that memory lapse,
Excellent.
it still would have meant his prediction was wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. There's layers to this. Yeah. Yep, I found the serotonin button. It's this.
Go ahead.
Draw a step. Draw a card. This is a tricksy hobbit. Go.
Yes, correct to the 3 people in chat pointing it out. You don't choose the card that you're predicting until predict is actually resolving, but
Oh yeah, I guess I'm supposed to wait on that.
you're fine.
Go
I mean,
ahead.
I know I'm fine, but
I believe the IPG.
I want to telling time.
Yeah. You're fine. I just don't want to be too mean to chat, and I stop myself.
Bully them.
Bully them?
Don't actually.
Okay. Well, the infraction procedure guide says that if you catch this, you're supposed to go outside and touch a small patch of grass and breathe in that
Go. There, it resolves.
So that's-
fresh
okay.
spring air.
Unos, dos, tres.
I don't think Judge's Tower Dandan would work very well. I think Judge's Tower combined with another thing where you're actually changing the rules sort of defeats the purpose of the Judge's Tower. And
Dandan could be a card included in Judge's Tower.
that's true.
Does touching your herb garden count? Depends if that's a euphemism or not.
Draw. Oh,
Sorry.
I
Sorry.
am on my draw
Sorry.
Predict.
Oh.
I don't know what it is, but I don't want you to have it. Basic Island.
negatory.
Ooh.
Well, nobody gets that.
It's a dim turn. You get a draw
And
anyway.
I get to draw a card. Go now. All right. Draw your card for the turn.
Tell your last pathetic card, Yuki. My grandfather's deck has no pathetic cards. Looks at a hand of just a bunch of fish. Ah, shit.
Dandân wants to play.
Memory lapse.
No, Dandân doesn't want to play. So I'll put this back in my grip.
Oh, because that... Wait.
So unsub returns a spell to its owner's hand.
Oh, it can also... It's not just an unsummon.
But then I would have drawn the Dandân.
Yes. Yeah. So
don't want that.
Unsubbing the Dandân itself effectively fizzles the memory lapse and prevents Kathleen from drawing the Dandân.
God damn it,
Now
this
the
is gonna be
Dandân
how
is...
you get me into playing blue more.
Yes.
Well, I mean, I did start collecting blue cards again.
First Serum Visions is always free.
Can I have another one, man?
Sure, let's get you up to the stronger stuff. Slides you a preordain. Oh. Come on, dude. I need a brainstorm.
I can. It's like I can handle ancestral.
Your fetch lands haven't even
Just
come in. man.
let me have a visions. One-time visions.
Dandân.
You got it.
Go ahead.
Untap as la biblioteca.
The dealer's got the ancestrals. You have to stick with the treasure cruise.
Treasure cruise, you say. Gonna try to resolve this Dandân.
Yes, it resolves.
Go.
For some reason, I'm just imagining now, like, play an equipped lightning greaves attack.
I don't think Dan ever gets haste in this format, does he?
Probably not.
No.
I don't think the text haste exists anymore.
Play my land for the
You
turn. It's a
got it.
Mystic Sanctuary. I get to put a graveyard, a card from the graveyard, an instant or sorcery from your graveyard on top of the library.
got
There's
it.
an unsubstantiate, a memory lapse, a predict, a diminishing returns, telling time, a couple of telling times. There's Vision Charm. There's Crystal Spray, which seems really good. But Vision Charm does the same thing and it's cheaper.
So does Vision Charm change everybody's lands?
I think so.
All lands, yeah, so it kills both, but Crystal Spray only kills one.
Yeah.
It's more expensive.
But it's 3 mana and draws a card.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to take this, I'm going to take the Crystal Spray, where I'm going to put it on top of the library.
Okie dokie.
Then I'm going to cast Accumulated Knowledge.
I will respond. I'd like to crystal spray your Dan.
I will let that happen.
Can I say waste?
Sure.
Does that work?
Well, it's basic land, isn't it?
Yeah.
Basic land,
they're
it's a
not-
basic land type. Waste
Oh, it's not a basic
Waste
land
is
type.
technically a basic land, but it's not a basic land
Oh, I
type.
guess it's forest.
Okay.
So
This resolves an old draw.
You draw the Crystal Spray.
How rude.
This is a very
Alright.
rude.
Draw a card, then draw cards equal to the number of accumulated knowledges in all graveyards, which
many
is, I
agents are
think this might be the only one. It is.
Oh, and this Sanctuary is untapped. Yeah, this card's
Oh.
messed up.
Boop. Boop.
I was just trying to be interesting.
I'm gonna play this.
Dear.
Dan.
Holy shit!
Sorry, what does that one do?
Then I'm going to.
You draw 2 cards.
Then I'm gonna Piracy Charm your Dan.
Oh, my Dan! Is dead. Okay.
Go ahead.
Can I get a cards in hand count?
3.
4.
There's
3. I want
6.
I want a Dan.
Oh. This is
So
terrible.
I'll bounce that. I'll clone Dan. Oh, that's what this is for. Pass.
Wait, by the rules of Star Wars, that's Dan, but the second Dan has 2 A's in it.
Dan.
How do you pronounce that second A?
Don.
Don.
My Dan.
I'm going to cast Mystic Retrieval to return target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard to my hand. I'll take this as a plant form.
That's some Bert Gummer stuff.
That's a big Dan.
That is Bert Gummer Day. That's just on my brain.
And I'm going to play my own Dan.
Good God.
Go ahead.
You fool.
I'm doing my best.
I don't know which Dan is the real one. We have to shoot them both.
You're doing a bang up job, Kathleen.
What? Another one? That's so rude.
I don't have another
May I have-
Dan.
I would like a second Dan clone token, please. I'm gonna fight.
I take 4 Dans.
My God. Is this First Blood?
Yeah. 2 supplant forms?
Yeah, that was
There's
not.
gonna be 3 supplant forms. Like, I'm about to lose one of these permanently, so.
I was not
No, I just
expecting
mean that this has 2.
Yeah.
All right, is it my turn?
Yes. Are you bold enough to cast a plant form into 2 open lands?
There's not perchance a counter spell on its way.
1, 2, 3.
Dan.
Bendon?
Dan. I'm gonna look this up over the break.
Dan.
Yep.
Dan.
That's the Dan I gotta take.
I actually tried to look up the pronunciation, but all the pronunciation guides I saw
Go ahead.
didn't have the accent on the second A, so
Oh.
I don't know.
What happens if they mail out the deck? Then whoever goes to draw a card loses the game.
I'm gonna try to crystal spray your Dandân.
No.
Memory lapse. I'll respond to the memory lapse. I will metamorphose the Dandân.
What does that do?
Puts it on top of your library.
And then you get to put a permanent from your hand into play.
God, I hope you have a second Dandân.
We'll see. Yeah, that happens.
And then, okay, so this is gone.
This
that,
gets countered.
And then that goes. Oh no, this goes on.
That
top.
goes on top. That goes there. Great. We've solved it.
And I draw a card off of crystal spray.
No, because crystal spray got memory
countered.
lapsed.
Yeah. Whose turn is it?
Your
turn.
Okay, it's still my turn, but
Yeah.
did you put a permanent into play?
Did I put a permanent to play? No, I didn't,
Oh, you
because
don't
I don't
have
have a permanent to put into play.
Fish market.
I get 8'd. Ouch.
You
Passed.
go to 8.
All right.
I think I've figured this format out. The trick is to have 2 Dandans.
All right. Before I go to my draw step.
Oh.
Thought Scour, target player mills 2 cards, draw a card. Oh, that's 2 cards, not 1 card. I want the Dandân. I don't want you to have it.
Oh no. Well, no, nobody
Well,
gets it.
No, can I just unwind that and say, I'm fine, I'll draw this crystal spray.
You got it.
You do draw off your Hellbent? You do draw off the crystal spray, so you get to draw the Dandân.
That's true, actually. All right, this is all good, because I'm going to do that now. I'm going to crystal spray the one that's not the cool thing. Draw my card.
It's in a better place now. Wop, 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 wop. Wop, 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 wop.
I think you have 2. The trick is to have 2 Dandans at the end when there's no vision charms. Because the Wrath seems pretty good.
No, I think you just always want 2 Dandans no matter what. Let's counter the vision charm. Seed, cope,
Dandân.
Mad 'cause bad?
Mad 'cause bad.
Inside of you, there
Go
are 2
ahead.
Dandans. Always warring.
Yeah.
Inside of you, there are 2 Dandans, and then your opponent plays a vision charm, and there are 0 Dandans.
And you're a swamp.
Go. This is what's known as a Dandan stalemate.
Oh, stale fish.
An old fish pescatin standoff.
I'll give it to you. Yeah, I like the effort.
Unsubstantiate your Dandân.
Oh, that's so good.
I should have attacked.
I attack.
I am thumped.
Hooray. On the board. How fun.
Knife-like Dandan jaws. Crushing. Pain.
Jaws like Dandan.
Darkness comes.
Mystic retrieval.
Oh,
Legs,
hell.
legs
Uh-oh.
like Dandan.
Let's see. What do I take now?
Well, I'm in trouble now. Hey, wait a sec. This format is just that Monty Python sketch with the fish slapping.
You know, I'm not familiar with the sketch, but I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Well, see, the sketch is 2 guys and one slaps the other with
Yes,
a fish.
yes. Yeah, okay.
And
yeah.
then the punchline is the other guy retaliates with a much larger fish.
Oh.
And the first dude falls in the water.
I will take the crystal
Dandân,
spray.
yeah, you don't have the big fish. You just have lots of fish that are all the same size.
Dandan should
Go ahead.
Dandan deck should have 1 copy of Island Fish Gisconius, which is a very big fish, also from
definitely should.
Arabian Nights.
So let's put it back in your grip.
Doesn't it have like upkeep, sacrifice an island or something?
I never read it. Yeah, I believe so. It has the same Dandan text. You have to get rid of it if you have no islands.
Dandân.
Get thumped.
Go ahead.
Predict.
Okay.
Island. Dang it.
You got to put an emphasis on the D-A-N and dang.
On top. Drop.
Wow, creatures were bad back then.
They sure were.
7 mana, 6/8 that doesn't untap, and you have to. They have to have an island, and if you have no islands, you lose it. Which is odd because it's a 7 mana creature. But there's Armageddons.
Metamorphose target. This homie.
Yep. So what goes on top of the library?
And then you can put a permanent from your hand into play.
Do you have a Dandân?
No. What else are you gonna do? I think I
No.
I think I also want to brainstorm.
Oh no!
Wow. Okay.
1,
This is some
2,
serious Yu-Gi-Oh shit.
3.
This is my kind of magic.
Oh, this is exciting. So that goes to the graveyard.
I don't think I'm coming out of this one looking so good. I get to dig like 1 card deeper than... Or... How does this work out?
2 cards get put on, and then you see 1 unknown card.
Well, I hope it's a good one. I hope it's a Dandân.
All right, your brainstorm goes off. Like, I had good stuff in my hand.
A Dandân maybe.
Kind of freaking me out here.
Sorry, it's just there's 2 people casting cantrips, and I just have to watch.
Oh, wait a second.
Respectfully,
Sorry.
can I ask that you pay for your brainstorm?
Oh, yeah.
But I will look at your hand if you're offering. Oh yeah, that's the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, putting the cards back stinks, doesn't it?
It sucks.
Especially when you know your opponent might get them. Ugh.
Oh, wait a second. It can be any cards in my hand.
Yeah.
Oh, this makes my brain hurt.
I can feel my brainstorm tattoo searing. It's so sharp.
I mean, that's literally what the picture on the thing is.
Whose turn is it?
I think it's still your turn.
Yeah, because you...
Judging by the amount of mana that's tapped currently.
Okay.
Because you played the Metamorphose.
Yeah. You metamorphosed my Dandân, and then you tried to draw it, so then I brainstormed.
Thinking. Okay, let's just make this way weirder.
Oh, yeah.
No. Well, that's probably fine.
Great.
Does it include this?
No.
Okay.
Everything but.
I should have left 2.
This
up.
isn't practical for people that are just playing this, as a pickup game at like a Magic Fest or Magic Con or, in between rounds. I do like that there is a Dandân dealer.
What?
I don't know, just like a third person to act as the Dandân dealer.
I like that. We should get you like a blue visor.
Yeah, you set up with like a little standee that has a boat on it that looks like the boat on Dandân.
Yeah.
Right? And so people can see it. They're like, oh, there's the Dandân station.
Imagine this like visual of like there's a fisherman just in a rowboat watching these 2 mages just like veins popping out of their heads.
I don't know
The
what
fisherman like keeps seeing like giant sea monsters appear below him and then disappear.
The Exile. Oh, 1 Dandân. 2 Dandans.
Oh, what? So these are gone forever?
Those are exiled, yeah.
Woof a doof.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay, so.
Okay.
Oh, baby.
Let me know
Oh, baby.
you're both planning on keeping.
Well, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this, yeah.
All right, we got 2 7s, good.
I don't believe I played a land.
I want a hat. You know, like those
Uh-oh.
the hats that are
all the mystic retrievals are shuffled back in. Thank goodness. Sorry, Paul.
the hats that are like umbrellas, except it's just a hat with two boats, so they're just like floating above your head, as if your head is the Dandan underwater.
A Dandan cosplay would be pretty good. You just dress up like a fish and just have two boats attached to you
Yeah.
on your hips.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm done.
A Dandan cosplay.
What?
You dress up like a fish. You get two little boats that you attach to your body, or you can put them on your shoulders. That's better. You have
You
them
get a
on your
skateboard
shoulders.
that looks like an island.
That'd be a great one for the
Dandan.
Dandân.
that Infinity card where you have to like take a picture of
Go
yourself
ahead.
emulating a card art, and
Yeah.
people have to
Michael.
guess. Of course, then you end up with Dandan, which is not actually a good card for.
Haha, joke's on you. I have a 4-1.
Yahar.
Nahar.
Narhar.
Yahar.
Oh my goodness.
Piracy charm.
All right, fine.
Memory lapse.
So you memory lapse the memory lapse?
Correct. So one of these is in the bin?
And now this is still on the stack, targeting Dandan.
Yeah, that's fine.
The Dandan is dead.
Kapoosh. I will. Dandân.
There it goes.
I will Sylvanite Temple. Mystic Retrieval, returning Piracy Charm to my grip.
Yeah, that's fine.
The piracy charm is
Are
in
you
the
tapped
grip.
out?
Yes.
Great. I
Uh-oh.
piracy charm your Dandan.
Oh no!
Dang it. Yeah, that's fine.
Now you have the Dandan. Well, you don't have a Dandan.
No,
I was
I
gonna
don't.
say you have the Dandan
I don't give a
advantage.
Dan.
Advantage. What? In my house, you give a Dan.
Oh, look what they did to my Dandân.
Oh wait. Look at how they massacred my Dandan.
I done them up like sushi.
Look at how they massacred my forgetful fish.
Wake up with
Diminishing returns. My hand's not very good.
the returns are really diminishing at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah, okay.
No, your lands are good.
Oh wait, my lands are good. Oh no. All right, that what's my hand here? There.
No, that yes. For my last peak, yes, we're good.
Perfect.
There was one island in here, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah. We're good.
Sorry, I'm so like, all right, scoop it up. Let's start again. But yes, this is. Of course, I had to cast that.
Place your bets how many Dandans we lose this time.
So we have 2 Dandans exiled.
Out of a total of what, 6?
10.
10. 10?
Yep.
10 of these MFs?
20 Dandans. Well, 20 Dans. 10 Dandans.
Alex was going to be able to start basically looping me, and I didn't have enough interaction, so I was like, eh.
1 more Dandan gone.
Oh, boy.
2
more
Dan.
Dandans
Good
gone.
gravy. So that's 6 Dandans remain. Heck.
6 Dandans remain.
5-minute warning.
6, 7.
All right, once more into the Dandan.
Well, this is a great hand.
Rude.
Yeah. Whose turn is it?
Kathleen's.
By the way, you just cast. Yeah, yours. It's still yours.
Yeah. Did I play a land this turn?
You have not.
Play this island. Go ahead.
Okay, I figured out a strategy that's even more powerful than the one I had before.
Oh yeah, what's it called?
Well, Dandân.
Mm-hmm.
Dandân. Dandân.
Uh-oh.
The legendary 3
legend-
Dandans.
3 blue card Dan. Yeah, that's me.
He's doing it. He's doing the 3 Dandans. No one's ever seen that.
Oh, I'm super dead to a vision charm though, aren't I?
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't have
Still,
one.
like, when else am I gonna get to cast 3 Dandans?
Piracy
That's
charm
true.
on one of your Dandans.
Let's see. I feel okay about memory lapsing that.
Memory lapse your memory lapse.
Yo dog.
Yeah, that makes sense. Before memory lapse resolves, though, I just want to draw a card.
Well, draw 2 cards.
Oh, yeah.
No, only one.
Well, but isn't it in the bin by the time it resolves?
No, the last
so
thing a card does.
I just want to cantrip it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first AK draws 1 card. The second AK draws 2.
Bin.
And so
Those-
lapses, the lapse, and then the piracy charm goes into the bin.
Which one?
That one.
Okay. No, my right hand Dan.
My right Dan hand.
My right ham Dan plan.
My goddamn.
My Dan hand plan.
I'm gonna
Oh no! The
Accumulated
second
knowledge.
AK.
to draw a card.
Yes.
And draw cards equal to the number of accumulated knowledge in all graveyards. So that'll be 2 this time.
Yes.
Yes.
Then I will Dan.
Oh my god.
Go ahead.
Okay. Mystic Sanctuary. What do I want to put here? I think I'll take the piracy charm.
On top.
Oh, right. On top.
It's broken, but it's not that broken.
Oh, you put it on top.
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. In that case, I'll put.
Diminishing returns.
Yeah, I'll put AK on top there. I would like to cast Ray of Command, target your Dandân.
For Pete's sakes.
Absorb.
All right. Good game.
Good game. A lot of fish.
That was redonkulous.
Well,
We've danned and danned.
we danned.
I'm gonna have to get one of these stupid decks, aren't I?
Do we want a Dan for a third? Do you want to? Who wants to Dan more? Anybody want to Dan more? I'm itching for more Dan.
You're itching to Dan?
Yeah,
I could
do you want a
Dan.
Dan?
I could Dan a
I
Ben.
really want a Dan.
I'll Dan Ben.
Well, how about we take a short commercial break?
Okay.
And when we come back, we'll Dan.
Ben will show me his fish.
I'll flop the fish on the
I.
table.
Thanks, everybody. We'll be back in about 5. Hello and welcome back to the Friday Night Paper Fight. We're here for round 3 of Dan. Dan. Fighting now are Wheeler
Thank you for danning me. It's Dan to be Dan.
and Alex. He is the forgetful fish, but are you the happy and engaged viewer? If you're watching this on YouTube, put some comments in about Dan so we know. All right, Have you guys rolled to see who'd go first?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got double sixes.
I did roll 12.
Oh, really? Oh, well, then you should probably start playing then.
Okay, island go.
Yeah, be sure to tell your hubby how good you are at Magic tonight.
Honey.
Go.
Dan, go.
Whoa, okay. I'm
Aggressive
gonna need you
Dan.
to slow down there with that Dan.
They call me Aggressive Dan.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm quite passive. My name's not Dan.
Thinking.
Wheeler's out for blood. For Danning.
One good turn deserves another.
Okay.
A second Dan.
Crystal spray.
How dare you?
Change your Dan to care about planes.
Dead.
Draw. Attack for Dan.
Ouchie.
Go ahead, head.
Wow, this is going to be an aggressive Danning.
I think so.
Buckle up for an aggressive Danning.
I think a vision charm here.
Okay.
Go.
Dan.
Come on!
Oh, a second Dan with the mana up to
What
protect
is
it.
this?
Dan.
Mono Dan.
Now listen here, you.
I'm on mono Dans.
Mythic Sanctuary tab. Does nothing.
Nothing.
I will pass a lit turn.
Draw. Combat.
Yeah, put it on top of your library. Put a permanent into play. If it's a Dan, I'm gonna tilt.
It's not. It's a Sphalanite temple.
Awesome.
I'm gonna cast.
Come on, man.
I'm thinking, dude.
Bruh.
I'm thinking.
Bruh.
Um,
You jokes, bro? You on tilt?
dude, I'm gonna cast Predict.
Yo, why you mauling so
I'm not. My dad owns a Dan dealership. I'm gonna name. Is this resolved?
Yes.
I'd like to name Dan.
Okay. Goodbye, Dan.
Oh my god. 1, 2.
We've been 3 Dan already.
Jesus Christ! Could you imagine if we had a 4th?
Don't you dare.
Dan.
Stop it!
Go.
You just drew that.
Hey, that's
Well,
the
maybe
really
not. Maybe he chose to put the land into play.
that's the galling part of it.
Nobody will know.
AK. Draw a card.
Thought today was a good day.
AK. Draw 2 cards.
God. Yep.
Let's storm off. Go.
Telling time.
It's a good thing that was a telling time because if you played like a 5th Dan, it was gonna spit take all over you.
Spit. Gross. Don't know why I said that. Anywho, I'm gonna take this card.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bottom this card, and I'm gonna put that on top. Combat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Go.
Halimar.
Yep. Wrong place for graveyard.
Oh yeah, graveyard's technically over here now.
Sorry, I'm a creature of habit.
I moved it down there because it seemed really important.
No, it is. Yeah. Creature of habit. Huh. More like creature of halibut.
Oh, I didn't realize you liked that coffee shop.
Really? That reaction.
Really?
Oh.
I'm sorry. Sometimes the noises that are only meant for me come
That
out.
was really good. So only for me to hear.
Yes.
End of turn. Thought Scour?
I'll respond.
Okay.
Insubstantiate your Dan.
Okay.
Okay.
Thought Scour. I mill a supplant form and a Dan.
I wanted that,
I
homie.
draw.
You big
card.
jerko.
Untap. Draw.
The reason why the 2 rowboats in the picture, on the Dandân picture, are empty is those fishermen are like, "Holy doodle! Let's go. We got to get our biggest deep fat fryer. We're gonna have fish and chips tonight."
Jesus.
Here, get me my second biggest net.
I can even feed my secret family.
I
Gonna cast Mystic. Whoa! Mystic Retrieval. It's getting memory lapse.
yes, please.
Crack for 2 blue.
Yes.
I'm going to cast a Telling Time.
Okie dokie.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to put this card in my hand, put this one on top, and then
Oh, no, yeah.
that way. I'm going to play a Dandân. I also think I'm just going to... Thank you, sorry. I'm going to play a Temple of Epiphany.
Epiphane.
Confusion. Go ahead. I'm going to keep that on top, by the way. It will be my EpiPen.
Supplant.
Supplant. Yep.
Go.
Mystic Retrieval. Give me this AK. I'm going to immediately cast this AK.
Counting 2 AKs?
1.
2.
2. I'm going to draw 2 cards.
Okay.
Land. I'm going to play a Dandân. Go.
Lonely Sandbar. Mystic Retrieval.
Target.
I hadn't thought that far ahead.
You're tapped out.
Oh, so he is.
Tell him that. That's hidden information.
I've been spending the whole time trying to come up with it because you said, "This is my EpiPen." And I'm trying to come up with like some sort of like, shouldn't have had that chocolate torch.
Oh no!
This cake I ate had almonds. Where is my EpiPen?
Is it too late for me to change my mind?
Suffocation. No breathing.
Ben, is it too late for me to change my mind?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's like, oh right, this is symmetrical for me. Where is it?
Did this dessert contain nuts?
Yeah, that'll
It
do.
was an almond tort.
Okay, I'll insubstantiate it. That's on me.
Yeah.
Biff! Dandân beats!
I got beefed.
You're up.
I got beefed.
You got what?
What?
You don't know how to cook anything.
I am going to flashback Mystic Retrieval, targeting Mystic Retrieval.
Oh, wow, that's too many Mystic Retrievals.
There's no such thing for a
The
wheel.
loop is closed.
The loop must be drawn here. This far. No.
Crystal Spray.
Stop it.
I could just rest on my Dandans.
What?
I'm gonna play a Dandân.
Okay.
Go.
You and your fool Dandans. Diminishing returns.
Yep. I had a memory lapse, a ray of command, a Dandân, Mystic Retrieval, and a piracy.
I don't care. Oh man, I feel lightheaded. That was so rude.
Drop something.
How am I gonna hold all these L's?
This was an almond tort. Oh, we got to exile 10 cards
Oh, right.
first.
Okay. Would you like to cut first?
Yeah.
Just like claw my way back in. Hey! Hit!
Dandân.
Oh, uh-oh. Hit! Chip. Put. 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, wow! All 4 memory lapses?
No, there's like 8
Oh,
memory.
okay. That's a lot of memory lapses gone. And then, let's do this.
Here's the exile
2,
zone.
3, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. Okay, so it is still my turn.
Did anybody hear that?
I'll go hit the fan. The ball bearings
I
are
know what I
loose.
want to do.
Diminishing returns.
No. Put this on top. Oh, it's owner's hand. Dang it!
You cannot do that if you want.
I was going to be really clever.
I'm
but
going to play as though you don't have an unsubstantiate.
That's true. When did you play that, Dandân?
Sorry for what? This turn?
Oh, wait.
Last turn? It's your turn.
Give me that thing.
What?
Bleh.
I take 4. Is that a go?
Yep.
Give me that thing.
It was fine. Rode hard and put away wet. So fancy.
What?
That's so rude.
I'm so sorry.
To be fair, it started wet too, though.
I know, that's the way it's so funny. It's so bad.
Attack.
I deserve
Just
that.
for that, I'm attacking.
No, I'll take that.
What do you take?
Dandân.
A second Dandân?
Svelenite Temple, go ahead.
Okay.
Whoa, whoa.
Would you take a second Dandân?
That's a lot of Dandans.
That's a lot of Dandân. Climate change.
Memory lapse. Yeah, that's fine. Dandans are dead.
Yep. Let's go. Predict.
I'm gonna respond.
Okay.
Predict.
Cycle remote aisle.
That sucks. So you can reach your No, that's fine. That's fine. You can cycle. Yeah, cycling results. Still on the stack. I'm gonna cast Telling Time. Ugh. Yeah.
Now I need to think real hard about what I'm going to target here.
Yep.
He's cast Unsubstantiate.
Wait, weren't all the islands changed to something not island?
Oh yeah, that happened. I mean, let's operate as though we floated a bunch of mana.
Okay, yeah. Thanks.
Oh, okay.
That'll. Oh boy.
Gentleman's agreement of floating a bunch of mana.
Well, we're just that stupid. Okay, so that was out of hell with it. And substantiate telling time.
Okay, so Telling Time goes back to my hand.
Yes.
And then
Your
predict,
goes off first.
memory lapse. Wait, oh, you drew the memory lapse. That's still a good
Wah,
draw.
wah.
It's still a good name. Mill that and draw. Your predict.
Okay.
Still a good name.
Island. Dang it.
You missed on your predict.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
No.
Is that a go?
It's just because you ruined it first.
Nuh-uh.
You're a ruiner.
I'm gonna slap you with a fish. I'm gonna slap you with a fish.
Sorry for fish.
Sorry for what?
What?
Sorry for what?
Damn it.
God dang.
Do I
God
look
damn,
like
Dan.
I know what a JPEG
Do I
is?
look like a fishmonger to you?
Stop it.
Go ahead. I'm setting up for the double Dan.
Yeah, that's fair.
All's fair in love, and war.
It comes in untapped. You know what?
What? What's everybody's favorite fish in chat? Vote now.
Oh, fish fingers.
So just like just like all of them? Yeah.
Just the grabby fish.
Crystal spray. Some stay dry while others feel.
Oh, no, I want that. Memory lapse. Crystal spray. Yes.
Oh, I was just gonna do my best impersonation of. Oh, I've got a memory lapse on a memory lapse.
Yo, dog.
You're memory lapsing my memory lapse?
Yeah.
So my memory lapse goes on top?
Yeah.
That resolves. No, I'm gonna. You got one card in hand?
Correct.
I'm going to metamorphose. Oh, it's an opponent. Never mind. I'm going to cast Accumulated Knowledge.
Ooh.
Huh. Yeah, okay.
Only drawing one card. Oh. I'm gonna crack my Sphalanite Temple and Memory Lapse.
Holy moly.
Wow, what a line, what a line.
Oh, what a dream.
I guess that's me.
He gets to untap with a Dandân. This is huge.
Telling time?
Better wind your watch.
Me.
Idiot.
You.
Who said that? Tell mama.
My mom's not named Joe. Attack for 4. And pass.
Ooh. Alex just had to raw dog that draw.
Well, you know what happens when you raw dog? No, don't.
I think it's called sashimi if it's fish.
Oh my god!
Well, thanks for joining us tonight while we danned and made a lot of jokes, most of which were totally appropriate to share on social media.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a lot of fun. Paul, I think we're done for the evening. So thank you so much for running cards. I know it was very challenging getting Dan up on the card reader all those times, but thank you for being here for
I
us.
have to draw that Dandân each time from memory.
Yeah.
Which is difficult considering the memory lapses.
I just kind of wish that the Dandân art like tiled with the two boats that like you could put them beside each other and you would just have like a flotilla of empty boats being attacked by giant fish.
Ooh.
Well, maybe if you can think of a good way to do that, why don't you tell us in the comments below in YouTube and give us some of that engagement for the Dandân gods. And remember to Dan the dingle.
Yeah. Dangle. Dangle the dongle. Dangle the dangle.
Schmangle the blangle.
How is this not any? This is like literally like the same as what we normally say. This is so disappointing.
That's true. Just
Yeah.
pretend we're talking about fish when
Dangle
we
the
say it.
dangle.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyhow, thank you so much for joining us. I've been Kathleen. James was playing earlier. In this round, you had Alex and Wheeler.
Thank you for having me. It's great to Dan.
All right. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye. And bye. Oh, I should have thanked Card Kingdom. And
Card Kingdom.
Patreon. Can we? Whoops. I'm not very good at this. Yeah. Let's.
Hey.
Yeah, we
can
can
do
do
it
whatever
again?
we
We're
want.
still here.
We're still here. Thanks, Card Kingdom, for sponsoring our stream. And thanks for you at your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com. We really appreciate it that you're paying for us, even though I'm like not super good at my job sometimes.
Now, Kathleen, when I want to support Loading Ready Run specifically for merch, where do I go, and is there a cool thing?
Oh yeah, we can go to store.loadingreadyrun.com, and there is a cool thing happening right now because we're going to be moving into a new Moonbase soon. And so we launched, we did a line of Moonbase merchandise, and it's not just tat in a bag, it's actual useful things. So
We could have put tat in the bag.
we could. I refused. I was like, Graham, you're not allowed to sell any tat. And he said, well, that's Beeja's call.
What's tat?
Just it's like
Junk, rubbish,
like,
schmang.
disposable plastic things that are cheap and break immediately. Like the crappy pen that you get at like a conference, right? That falls apart.
Yeah,
You know, that
I
kind
see.
of thing.
Tit for tat.
Yeah,
I
something that you'd get at a dollar store.
Yes. Okay.
HT Dapnato says F those pens. So there you go. All right, we've struck a nerve, and we've finally struck off everything on the list of things we were supposed to say at the end of a stream. So I think now we're safe to say thank you so much for joining us. Bye-bye.